foods are reported to have aphrodisiac qualities, meaning they can get you in the mood for love. Do they really work, and what's the science behind it? Here to break it down, please welcome toxicologist Dr. Noreen Mayberry. Hello.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Okay, let's start with that word aphrodisiac and where it comes from.
Oh, yes, named after the goddess of sexual love and beauty, Aphrodite.
Yes.
So aphrodisiacs are supposed to give you a enhanced libido. It can be any kind of food or drink or wine.
Yeah, you know, I took Latin for 8 years, so we, studied all the gods, the Roman gods and the Greek gods. So Aphrodite, you mix her with Bacchus, the god of wine, and it made Latin tolerable as a class. but anyway, yes. So yeah, certain things supposedly have those qualities. Let's start with chocolate. Any chocolate lovers in the house? Yeah. Well, does it really work?
Actually, it's more of a psychological effect than a physiological effect.
Okay.
A physiological effect is an actual effect in the brain. You're getting two chemicals that you want to be increased or raised, which would be anandamide and phenylethylamine. And if you get those two raised, then you can actually have a physiological effect. Unfortunately, this type of chocolate does not do that. The cacao powder does have a higher amount of phenylethylamine, and so if you have that, then you could get an effect. Unfortunately, chocolate is just not going to do it. When you take a small bite of chocolate, it triggers the centers in the brain that cocaine triggers, so there's a little pleasurable effect. But you have too much and it's gone. So it's not really helping you with libido or sexuality.
You'd have to have like 40 pounds of chocolate.
You would definitely have to have that.
Okay, oysters. We always hear oysters. And there's a lot of restaurants will be cracking these shells this weekend.
Yes, originally admired for their shape, but oysters really will do nothing as well. If you're selenium deficient, that could help you sexually, but you've got to eat a lot of oysters long term, and generally just eating them to get you in the mood, that will not happen. So unfortunately,
probably like how you do, like if you're feeding each other, going here, have what? Maybe that's what does it. Yeah, because the other thing is too, sometimes it's not what it does in your body. It is the suggestive look of something.
Yes, that's your psychological effect, and so you can have a psychological effect from a number of things. Even just a look across the room, but it's not physiologically helping you in the long term. Another, these shaped phallus types foods or vaginal shaped foods. Cucumbers, banana, figs, watermelon. Unfortunately, the shape alone, it's suggestive, but it does nothing physiologically. Now, when we talk about watermelon, there is a study that shows that there's a chemical in here that will actually enhance erotic touch. Unfortunately, if you eat the fruit by itself, there's no dose that's been determined that will actually mimic that effect, but you'd have to actually eat the rind as well, and no one eats the rind, so you'd have to juice it, and you'd have to juice quite a bit to actually get an effect, so debunking that myth as well for watermelon until they get a good dose in place.
Okay, alcohol, which we know can lower your inhibitions, and sometimes maybe that's what, somebody started laughing over there. She's
Definitely.
Like, has this happened to you, ma'am?
Okay. Well, the problem with alcohol, again, as a toxicologist, the dose makes the poison. If you have more than 2 to 3 drinks, especially for men, it actually decreases their peak hardness level, so they don't want to have too many drinks. That's a 0.8 to 1.0 level. That's 2 to 3 drinks. You're good for nothing. So, it can lower the inhibitions, but then, it might not be as good a performance as you would like.
Okay. So those are the things that don't work as well as we've been led to believe. What does work?
Now, we're talking about stress reducers, because when you have a lower stress, that helps you get into the mood. So, again, here's our love potion. We've got blueberries and we've got almonds. So we want blueberries because they're high in vitamin C and they reduce stress. We want almonds because it's got a good mix of B vitamins and E vitamins, and it also helps to reduce stress. But as a toxicologist, I'm going to tell you, stay away from almonds that have been sprayed with polypropylene oxide. It's a carcinogenic fuel. It's on a lot of almonds, including natural.
How do we know?
Well, sometimes you have to call the manufacturer. Now, if you don't have raw almonds, then I tell you soak them in a vinegar water mix, try to get some of that PPO off of there, and then re-dry them. It's a little bit of work, but it's worth it in the long term for your health. Now, again, dose makes the poison, so a little bit of red wine actually can help be a de-stressor. and it also has cardiovascular properties. But that doesn't mean drink the whole bottle, ladies.
Yeah.
Okay? And gentlemen.
And in Texas,
Okay.
our glasses are a little bit bigger,
Right.
so we just
So,
keep going.
Yeah, we keep going, and we fill it up
Yeah.
just like Deborah's about to do.
Yeah, we act like it's a glass of iced tea.
Yeah,
We just take it to the top.
If you stop where I did, that's a good dose. But also, if you're not an alcohol drinker, 100% grape juice, organic, the dark grapes, this does the exact same thing, has the same antioxidant properties. If you're not a drinker. Yeah, so wonderful. And
let me see. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's try one. Yeah.
Ooh la la.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, okay.
So again, for my children and my non-alcohol drinkers, that's grape juice. And then finally, tea. Tea is a wonderful de-stressor, relaxer, lots of good antioxidants. I recommend green tea, organic green tea.
Now, all these, we always say getting our nutrients from foods is the best, but you can also get it from nutrients.
You can get it from your supplements because a lot of our diets and the way that most of us run around, we are deficient. So we want our liver and kidneys working properly. That gets rid of stress. That helps you lose weight. Another thing, stay away from salt this week, and diet foods.
All right. Dr. Noreen Mayberry explains a lot about toxins and nutrition in her book, Talking Toxicology, and our ToxDoc has a special offer. You can receive 25% off all book and supplements. Just use the code NEWYEAR on her website, and you can find that link on greatdayhouston.com. We'll be right back.
Thank you.